Did you actually come armed into this place?
No.
All right.
That would have ruined the suit.
She starts to get a little handsy with you. Do you let her?
Oh, she's slow, dude. The handsiness was already started.
Okay, no problem. Alrighty, just roll me your... Intuition. Make me an intuition roll. Two successes. Alright, you realize that her handsy is partially turning into a police-style pat-down for weapons.
That's it.
You know what I mean? She's playing handsy, then she taps under your arms. She kind of taps around the middle of your back as she's kind of playing around and stuff like that. You're picking up that her little handsy is kind of checking for any weapons on you. She can't legitimately come up with a reason to check around your ankles or lower body for weapons yet. But you realize that there's slightly something up with that.
Don't ignore the rest of it.
Okay. At this point, she says to you in fluent Japanese here, and she just smiles and asks if you're a new runner here.
Recently arrived, yes. What about you?
She just pauses. She tells you that she's owner of this den. Your friend's weapons set off a bunch of alarms when you walked in. She was just checking for any ceramic-based weaponry on you, and she just smiles.
That's all me.
She just kind of looks, and she's sitting there running over the by your neckline and all that kind of stuff, and she just pauses. And I don't see any little scars or stuff like that. So you're all natural, she says with a smile, and she starts tracing up your jawline and all that.
Well, if you have a more private place, we can go check in detail if you want.
She just knows of the right place. At that point, she starts taking your hand and walking you past the DJ and towards one of those doors where one of the security guys is. He doesn't even ask her for her password, and she leads you away. The double doors open up, and you basically see another side of the bar. It's got some sort of a heavy grunge tune playing. There's a small little hallway barrier between it. As you're in the middle hallway, you hear the techno that's going on the one side, and you got the grunge metal type of beats going in the other area. The hallway has another door which probably leads into the runner's den, but she's taking you to the stairwell, which leads upwards, probably to her office area. Cut to you, Wayland and Lina. Lina, you're now in a social situation. Everyone's kind of looking at you, or maybe not really you. They're probably looking at the glowing avatar of Elvis that is beside you on the dance floor right now. You are like his shadow because of the amount of light that radiates off his body with black light. No one really knows it's you except for a pair of tusks that are kind of dancing in his area. At this point, Mike, you're getting a few cheers and hollers as people just kind of give you kind of salutes to your outfit and stuff like that. Another guy just pauses and slides a pair of welding goggles that are on his forehead down as he kind of looks in your direction, doing a mock blinded moment.
Yep. No. I gotta get into the moment, man. I gotta get into the moment. The hustle might be starting.
And then suddenly this heavy beat kind of song starts on, and the chorus is something about shoving my butt so far up your ass, you know. It's like and a few other guys start dancing to that. You know, some of them start getting a little heavier in their dance and all that kind of stuff and start pushing into the other people around them. The elf group isn't, though. At this point, one of the girls grabs your hand, Dead Eyes, and starts leading you back to one of the booths. As soon as the song gets a bit rougher, the elf group is starting to head off. Same thing for you, Rain. You just see one of them wanting to lead you off to the one booth where they all are.
Wayland starts the mosh pit.
You notice that the more stocky or tougher people are staying on the dance floor. The elf and the skinnier humans are kind of leaving a little bit now. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I have just brought to you Elvis in a mosh pit. What other channel on stream can offer you that? I'm just putting it out there, okay? So basically, Rain and Deadeye, do you follow the group of elves off to their booth?
I'll follow them off, though I'm going to inform one of them they need to...
Well, they need to. You cut off.
I'm going to inform one of them they need to buy me a drink.
Okay, they'll buy you a drink. At that point, you just see one of them kind of spin to one of the you see this other dwarf that's kind of got a leotard on, and he's got suspender straps. And no top, he's topless. Yet he's got this nice little circular patch of hair that's kind of just manly in between his pecs. Again, no beard, and he's got his hair done up in like braids kind of going on. This weird Chippendale dwarf. The fact that the owner is a troll doesn't, she's not getting skinny little wafy elves going around. She's got some, Then he runs off to get you a drink. Didn't even hear what the drink was. Basically, something that had, something that's more shots of liquor in it than a zombie. She just kind of murmurs off in Japanese, and he just kind of disappears off. At this point, you see one of the guys kind of sat down. The other girl that was wrestling for your hat, she's produced this little baggie, and she starts flicking the baggie at everyone, and they're like looking around. You notice on the baggie, there's a small little biohazard symbol with skulls on it on the little plastic baggie that's got a bunch of pills in it. And she starts offering pills to everybody.
I'm good without the pills, but when's the last time my characters had any deep weed?
You haven't! You've been on a plane ride, you've been through a shower, you've experienced some body stress, and you've had no weed with you!
I'm gonna ask if any of them are holding.
At that point, she just pauses and she just pops the little pill on her tongue, and then you see the guy kind of pops one on his tongue, the other girl does, and then they pass the bag to you, Deadeyes.
Take one by just pocket it where it does, kind of. No, you don't see me pocket it.
Oh, okay. Are you doing the whole but you didn't really pop it in your mouth type of thing?
No, kind of just hand the bag back, or kind of reach in one thing, kind of grab that one out.
Yep, you got it. It's basically a small little pill-like thing you got going. It's not a plastic capsule type pill. It's just like a powdered pill that's formed into a little shape, which looks like a little diamond type of shape. It looks like a little red diamond that you've got. And you just see them kind of just popping those pills and just smiling. You notice the guy kind of reaches in, pulls out a little baggie with some deep weed in it, and kind of throws it in an open bar onto the freaking table in front of you.
Oh, that's all. Right then, she'll. If someone's got a lighter, she'll smoke it right there. Someone have a lighter?
Is the blue pill? No, it's a red pill, not a blue pill. And at this point, your drinks are all coming up now.
Does anyone have a lighter?
At that point, you see one of the girls just smirk, and she just kind of flicks her fingers together, and a little flame appears between her index finger and her thumb, and she holds it out for you, giggling.
I'm in love with this girl.
At that point, you just kind of feel a little pawing at the side of your face from your dragon, and you just hear him going, "The colors! All the auras in here! The colors!" And he's like sliding off your shoulder and falling onto the table, but his paws are still trying to reach out to paw you. There's so many auras, and they're so happy and colorful in here.
Oh. My poor little dragon.
You're in a happy spot. I'm with you in your happy spot. Ah. Little spirit's kind of rolling up the table always. You know?
Oh, he's so high.
Alrighty. I'm feeling the auras. Everyone's happy here. Alright. Deadeyes, what about you? Drinks are showing up now. You apparently have got a drink. It's some sort of 3-layered drink that in the black light looks really cool as you can see the different layers glowing. You got a red layer, a green layer, and you think a dark blue layer, but the light's making it look like black pitch.
Deadeyes.
I think both of them are just shot one straight.
I'll give you $1 to take the pill. I want to know what it is.
$1 for yeah. Wow, that. I don't think he's drunk enough for those type of bets yet. All right. I bet you only. And for the record, guys, I will let you know if you have no milk in the house and you're drunk out of your tree that yes, Fruit Loops and a can of beer is a breakfast item.
Ew. Alright, fine. Deadeyes, I'll give you 150 new yen to take that pill.
Meanwhile, we cut to Mike and Lina on the dance floor, and it's really a very mild kind of thing. You just got some casual shoulder stomping and smashing, and they're just getting with the beat, but it's not turning into a big, huge mosh pit, unfortunately. But it is more of a heavier dance set. You can feel the dance floor almost shaking as you got all these heavy boots kind of constantly bouncing onto the floors, moving it around. And at this point, Steve, you're taking up the stairs. You see more security. There's 2 troll bodyguards here, which, unlike you can tell they've had a lot of work done, like cybernetic eyes, dermal plating, a whole list of stuff done to them. They've got their hair in like the samurai top knot type of thing with, in between their horns. Mm-hmm. And you notice that one of them has actually got his face done up like a kabuki, like the little demon kind of face. He's got basically almost like a Maori tattoo, but it's done in the kabuki, like the Oni or demon kind of pattern on over his face. And he's got the ram's horns to kind of pull off the look. The other guy you could put a pair of shades on him and he could be a corp bodyguard type of thing. And she takes you into this office area, upon which you notice that this office doesn't seem to be leading to a bedroom. And she shuts the door behind you, works her way to the desk, and sits down, and that smile on her face kind of goes to more of a business look, and she asks what brings you to her town.
Oh. So,
at this point, guys.
He's like,
Yeah.
well, I guess the fun for the evening's over then.
No. She just wants to know what she's doing in her town first. And she pauses and says that the DM should get his list up a lot faster than this. God damn it, too many windows in the windows on the windows. Is this the one? Nope. There we go. Her basically, you can call her Yuki.
Yuki.
Well, some people call her Lady Yuki here.
Okay.
But she effectively tries to keep the things under control here. She guesses that you're probably from North America. She says a lot of foreign runners don't realize how severe some of the law and punishment can be here. And for us to stay in good business, we want to make sure that a certain level of professionalism can be maintained with the work that is done here. And almost to cut apart, as she's a certain level of professionalism. Behind her, she's got that. She kind of presses a button, and a holographic 3x6 bank of monitors in a crescent curve shows, just take a position behind her. In one of those cameras right now is Mike probably doing a slam version of Elvis dancing with a hand pointing out to someone, almost John Travolta style maybe, as she's mentioned the comment about a certain level of professionalism, as that kind of flashes